So the final rankings for the Neo Egoist League have finally been revealed, and Blue Lock did something very unexpected. Here's your chance to skip away if you're not caught up with the current chapter. I'm going to be talking about the elimination of a very, very, very loved character, a fan favorite, and also why I think his elimination is good for the series. So the character in question is none other than Nagi Seishiro. Nagi came to Blue Lock with a contrasting mindset of what we have been told repeatedly is required to survive in Blue Lock. Nagi's situation reminds me of that one bag that is just hanging on by a few threads, or that table that has a crooked leg that will fall apart immediately you put any significant weight on it. The reason a lot of people are so shocked at Nagi's elimination is because Nagi has been able to survive before on talent alone, but that's not enough to actually get to the top where he's aiming for. Nagi's issue has always been with struggling to do simple things, or rather struggling to see the meaning in doing some things. Nagi lost his ego when he beat Isagi, and that was where we saw the downfall of Manshine City. Funny enough, the show has been hinting to us that something bad was going to happen to Nagi. Example 1, Agi warning Ryo and Nagi that their relationship is very toxic and that Nagi wouldn't be able to survive if he didn't work for himself. And remember when Ego also said that Nagi's goal was irreproducible. The show has already been telling us about the downfall of Nagi since a lot of chapters ago. Honestly, Ryo has a really big hand in Nagi's failure. Ryo always babies Nagi and pampers him like he's a child. We've seen Nagi actually put in efforts when in the first selection he was losing against Isagi, so he was even determined to lock in and try to win the game. But Ryo doesn't want Nagi to leave him. He sees Nagi as a treasure and nothing more. But Nagi has the potential to actually be good, or rather be good on his own. In the correct match, Nagi does a series of plays and he's able to get in shooting range to the goal. Nagi worked for this chance, and he repeated a move that he did before, and I think that's another sign of Nagi's laziness. But anyway, the point is he did the work and he got to the front of the goal. It seemed like he was going to be stopped, but we've seen Nagi come up with a new play anytime he's in a pinch. So I don't think there's any doubt that he would have done something, at least maybe score a goal, most likely score a goal, if only Nagi had just racked his brain a little bit more and relied on his own talents and skills. But do you know what Nagi does? Nagi goes and makes the same mistake again. He passes to Ryo, and my point about the relationship being toxic is proved here without a doubt. Anyway, the ball gets intercepted by Bachira, and Bachira says something which I think is so true. Bachira says, "You're a failure of an egoist." And I love the way the rankings are revealed. If you read the manga, while they're playing, the rankings get revealed, so it's dramatic and stuff. And it touched so many people's hearts seeing Nagi, who had been able to survive for so long, a fan favorite, Nagi, who has his own manga, gets eliminated from Blue Lock. Of course, Blue Lock is a sports manga. No one actually really dies except for a few exceptions, RIP. But it feels like he has been killed off, There's a possibility that we won't see him again. But in my opinion, I think we will. Here's why. Well, I feel and agree with that anyone who doesn't fit in with Blue Lock's ideology be removed. We've seen a case where a player is able to come back, like the wild card Kunigami. So I think there's a chance that Nagi will be able to come back, maybe with a reignited ego, his own personal philosophy, his own way of getting to the top. That's what I think could happen. But to be honest, I don't think Nagi should come back. Blue Lock is not this happy-go-lucky manga where the power of friendship shines through. Everything is sunshine and rainbows. Blue Lock is very strict with his rules, and I think it should be that way. Characters who don't align with the ideology should be punished, and it should just make people take the series more seriously, and it makes so much sense. The thing about having a good piece of media is making the audience feel different kind of emotions. Blue Lock gives us comedy, Blue Lock gives us suspense, anger, and now they're giving us grief, and I think that's so good for the series. I love Nagi as a character, all the antics and everything, but I think doing this will remind the readers that there are actual stakes involved, and that anyone who doesn't align with the ideology of Blue Lock and everything that Ego has told them up until this point will be removed without a doubt.